This video is somewhat of a follow-up to my previous video where I dyed fabric using avocado seeds and skin. Here I'll be using avocado seeds and skin as well as the skin from a red onion to see what color I can come up with when combining these food waste items. So let's take a look. Typically I'm outdoors doing my dyeing activities, but this came about when I was making a salad in the kitchen, and instead of throwing the waste items into my compost bin, I decided to experiment and see what would happen if I combine the onion and avocado pieces. So just doing this in the kitchen while I'm also cooking and making a salad. I want to point out that I am doing this in my kitchen. I'm usually keeping my dyeing processes separate from what I'm doing in the house in the kitchen. However, since these are just food items, I'm not using any kind of chemical mordant. I'm just allowing the tannins from the avocado pieces to provide, what they can in terms of having this be color fast, etc. Because of that, I feel comfortable doing this in the kitchen, but I would recommend not combining any dyeing activities that use chemical mordants or anything like that with your food area, your kitchen area. And it's just something to keep in mind. Since the other piece that I dyed was part of a t-shirt that I had cut up in order to use the fabric pieces, I decided to find the other piece and dye that one as well using the same materials. And I'll probably make a garment that I can wear using this. I'll sew those pieces back together, maybe attach a piece on the bottom, or maybe just leave it short. We'll see. But I went ahead and dyed the other half of the t-shirt using the same materials. I'm using the same food waste materials that I used for the first piece. That one was pretty dark, so it'll be interesting to see how this one turns out. So even though this one is not as dark as the first one, the dye material still gave pretty good color after being used a couple of times. So just depending on what you're using, you may be able to boil the materials 2 to 3 times to extract color before discarding them. This was mostly just an experiment that I wanted to do and see what would happen if I combined certain food waste items. It's something you may want to consider doing if you have some scraps that can be used for dyeing. Just combining them and seeing what colors you can come up with. And remember that if you're tie-dyeing or doing any sort of shibori or something like that, you could probably get some interesting details in the fabric. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching.